This memoir is a special case. I've done a number of journalistic books, and I'll write a few more. And with those, it's got to have a very broad sort of base. You got to, at least the ones I take on, you got to feel this is much bigger than a magazine piece. This topic, these characters can sustain hundreds of pages of narrative. And you sort of know that when you see it. I wrote a couple of South Africa books. I did a big American book that was sort of a collection of different stories, which I thought worked okay, but it's not as, doesn't have the immediate kind of visceral punch that a single story book has. And if I could do it over again, I'd probably publish it as 4 different books, because they were big stories. It was a big book called Cold New World. And I was trying to sort of show things that were changing in this country and look at some downwardly mobile families and downwardly mobile communities, but putting them all in one big pile was a lot. So I've written books that later seemed a little misjudged structurally, or the choice of subject, or the ambition, the kind of parameters of it, and others that felt more well focused. And this, my new one, Barbarian Days, this memoir, it's funny how much I hear from people who are surprised that I didn't write about this and I didn't write about that. I mean, I went to college in Santa Cruz, which is a surf town, and surfed all around there, and had a couple of kind of noteworthy romances with different spots there I could happily have written about, but they just didn't make the cut. I mean, the book's already 450 pages long, and I couldn't write about any more surf spots. As I say, it's a big surprise. How could you leave out this? Well, look at all the stuff I had to put in. So that, and maybe with this book, there's too much. I don't know. It's drawing those lines. Here's the book. It's not all that other stuff. It's not. It goes deep right here, and here are the edges. I struggle with it. I don't know if other book writers have that sense of the kind of expanding edges that sometimes are too expanded. But my publishers would let me get away with writing quite long books.